Today we are going to be looking at the Sonic Adventure Dr. Robotnik action figure, released in 2000s by Toy Island, and bought this on eBay for $25. Now the figure I bought is loose, but his original packaging looked like this, and the back of the box showed you the other characters in the set. There was Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Big, as well as the Eggman that we are going to be reviewing right now. Now I don't have his accessories because, like I said, I already bought the figure loose. He didn't come with the accessories, but his original accessories came with a few rings, a few Chaos Emeralds, a Badnik from the game called Kiki the Monkey, and a bomb for Kiki to hold. But this wasn't the only time this specific Robotnik was released, because for the Sonic X line in 2004, they re-released him, but he only came with 2 Chaos Emeralds, and he was called Dr. Eggman instead of Dr. Robotnik to reflect on his name change in the West. But the last time he was ever released was around the mid-2000s, but instead of coming with 2 Chaos Emeralds, he comes with only 1 Chaos Emerald and a keychain of Cheese the Chow. Also, what I really like about the Toy Island Robotnik figure is that, unlike Jakks Pacific's figure, Toy Island's Robotnik actually scales well with the Jakks Pacific Sonic figures. And yes, that's canonically how Sonic and Eggman are supposed to scale. I'll probably bring up that official height chart so you'll know what I'm talking about. So yeah, if you have any Jakks Pacific Sonic figures, your Dr. Robotnik figure probably scales with them the best. Also, judging by the pictures I saw from the Sonic and Mega Man comics, Eggman also scales well with the Dr. Wily action figure that Funko made last year. And yes, I am assuming that Wily is shorter than Robotnik. So, yeah, that's a really good villain-scientist team-up. Now let's take a look at Dr. Robotnik himself. Now, I did repaint this figure because he wasn't in the worst shape. I mean, he was definitely a lot better, but he did have some paint losses that I had to touch up. And I even repainted his goggles because when he was originally released, his goggle lenses were not painted on. But I decided I'm going to do that just so it can look nice. But it's not really a big important detail either way. A lot of times you'll probably see him without his mustache all the time. He's either missing like one stash or none of his stashes, and he kind of looks weird without mustaches. In fact, I remember a unused dialogue from Omochow from Sonic Adventure 2 where he claimed that Robotnik's mustache is fake. But again, this line was cut in the final product, so technically that dialogue is not canon. So yeah, a lot of times you'll see these Toy Island Sonic Adventure figures in very bad shape. Though I think the Eggman I got was kind of pretty decent compared to what you'll usually find for him. Because like I mentioned, he's always missing a mustache or 2. And yeah, I just gotta say, he looks very accurate. I mean, it looked like Dr. Robotnik, like the modern version of Dr. Robotnik, just came out of the video game, like any modern Sonic video game for that matter. Sure, he might look a little weird, with his Sonic Adventure inspired pose and his overall wackiness, but I think he still holds up to this day, sculpt-wise. And there's a reason he is my favorite figure of the mad scientist. Articulation, his shoulders rotate up and down. His wrists rotate, and his hips move. Though I just kind of find it strange just the way Toy Island sculpted their Eggman figure, because he is a little top heavy, but the only way you could get him to stand properly is if his right leg was straight while his left leg is like facing sideways. It looks a little awkward, but it doesn't look too bad. So overall, I think this is a really good action figure of Dr. Robotnik. I mean, this is one of the only Toy Island figures that were actually really great sculpt-wise. Sure, his articulation is a lot more limited compared to, say, the Jack-specific Sonic figures or the Jazzwares figures. Or heck, even the Resource figures had more articulation than the Toy Island stuff. But seeing that this is like my first product from Toy Island that I ever owned, I'm really happy of the way Robotnik turned out 20 years ago. And so yeah, I definitely recommend getting this specific figure if you want to display him with your Resource or Toy Island figures, or if you want him to scale with other video game characters like Dr. Wowie. So overall, I probably would grade Dr. Robotnik a B+. I mean, he's definitely a really good figure. His sculpt is definitely outdone by the Jack-specific figure, but in terms of scaling and just overall charm, I think the Toy Island figure is way better. Okay, maybe not way better, but I just like him more. So anyways, thank you for watching this video.